Yeah. So obviously, my intention from joining was I initially memorized from. So I'm 32 now, but then I memorized sort of next to I think what was Hajj. So sort of Hajj or Mu'minun, I can't remember one of them.
No.
And I completely left the Quran for a very long time. And so now it's as if I don't know it. Like from just Amma to maybe just it's roughly there, but then beyond that it's non-existent. I have tried, for example, like I picked a random surah once, like Zukhruf, to see how long it would take me, and it wasn't too bad. It was quite motivating to see that if you were to focus in a week, you can rememorize that surah or a page. But then again, I needed that accountability because for the last 2 years, as much as I had the intention, I didn't have anyone keeping me accountable. And obviously, wherever life throws at you. So I'm married. I have obviously 4 kids as well. So it's quite difficult to keep it all in check and working full time. And but then again, it's not an excuse, but there's other things that you're doing at the time. So I found that every now and then when I look at YouTube and I see reminders out there, they always say that the beginning's the most difficult, and then once I've seen your videos, Adam, and obviously once you make it into a habit, it becomes second nature. And I think that's my issue. I can't seem to make it. So essentially, that's why I kind of joined to see how I keep myself accountable ultimately, and
So you're bored.
So I said that.
Oh yeah, Mohammed, you can go ahead. Sorry about that.
My brother Ismail, like we are on the same journey. Like I finished the first Quran, like I finished from Baqarah to Nas the first time. So right now I'm going back. Like I've left the Quran for like maybe 2 years. So just try to listen to every part. Like, try to listen a lot and just start like don't be afraid of it. Like it will come like naturally. If you start reading some pages, you start remembering it. Like I don't know if you understand my idea. So sometimes you can come to certain parts that you haven't learned very well. It might be a little bit complicated, but other parts you will find it very because like you will know that you have already memorized it. Like I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So just do it.
No, just like for the advice. And I also wanted to ask you guys like if there's anything else you do that's out of the ordinary. I think we sort of know we all know it's the best thing to do, and but just I think the shaitan works overtime to me. I can't get to it. Almost like his goal is if this guy picks up the Quran and makes it consistent, and then everything falls into place. His tahajjud is back up running consistently. His during the masjid is far more consistent. And I know that for me in the past, if the Quran is in check, everything else seems to be. It helps me be more God conscious. I'm always thinking of Allah. I'm always doing that throughout the day. I've done things like I don't have any more social media. I've got rid of everything. Occasionally I do go back to YouTube here and there maybe, but then I just put it onto the TV rather than on my phone. So those things have helped. But ultimately, it was a lot of stability. And now that I've got older and his other responsibility has disappeared, and I found it over the last 5 years so hard to motivate myself to be consistent on that journey. And I know I'm capable of memorizing it, but then this is why I thought maybe if I know I can tune into you guys at least once out of the 2 days, and I know I got to read a portion of say. I don't know how you guys do it, but let's just say I try to aim for very high. Eventually, maybe a page a day, rememorizing, and I went like 6 pages to you guys or something. That would help me.
Inshallah. Yeah, I would say honestly, just from like you said, you kind of get off the social media stuff. There's obviously good steps to bring up your time. But honestly, if you're like really looking for like maybe motivation or that kind of also in terms of like maybe speed of regaining, I would say try to like just pick one of these surahs that you memorize between Hajj and Nas and try to just repeat that surah, which is while you're going through your day, whether it's while you're working, while you're driving. If you repeat that surah, not only I think you're gonna have like more of a desire to want to memorize it because you'll be hearing like maybe some of your favorite reciters memorizing. But also when you're repeating a surah that you memorized in the past consistently, when you come to regain it, you can regain it very fast because you're already like deep down in your memory, you're already aware of the vocabulary and stuff of that particular surah. You just haven't like it's not fresh in memory, right? So I would say that especially because that's honestly some of just by listening to the Quran, honestly would spark a lot of my desire in general to start memorizing in general, right? So I would say don't overlook that. It's always try to be like, obviously if you don't have the time to just sit down and memorize for an hour, it's cool, but something like listening doesn't really require that same focus. You can just play throughout your house, play when you're going about your day. And when you do that, I think it's definitely help in the beginning. And I'll also say like the next thing, like if you're really busy, is try to just start with maybe like a very small amount. Like don't overdo yourself because that's kind of how you want to start making it a habit. Because maybe you started like one day you started and you tried memorizing and you found that something kind of like that threw off your day, so then you just stop it altogether. Whereas you don't really want that. You want it to kind of feel like it's part of your habit, it's part of your day, like it's a normal thing in your day. So I would say is like to make that kind of happen, start by like really small amounts and try to do it at like the same time every day, whenever you can. Ideally, like obviously in the morning, when those morning hours. I would say if you can try to do that, inshallah, I think you'll kind of be more familiar with it and it'll kind of be like a habit into your life, I think.